Peace, family. What's going on with you? Much love and respect to you. Thanks to the ones that tuned in, like, shared, subscribe to the video, become a subscriber. And if you haven't done so, what I want you to do, baby, I want you to hit that subscribe button for sure, for sure. Much appreciation, much love and respect to all the ones that have, will, are, going to, in the future see this video. Much appreciation and much respect to you already. You know what I'm saying? Peace, family, to you. For the ones that miss it, well, it'll be here on YouTube for you guys to be able to enjoy at your convenient time. Now, this channel today, this podcast today, I got a few shots out that I want to send out to a few people. Well, a lot of people actually, including y'all, the ones that tune in that are looking at this video at this point in time right now. So I just want to say thank you to all of y'all first and foremost. Without you, there's no me. And it gives me the drive and the determination to keep on doing what that we are doing here on this channel. So peace and love to y'all. Thank you to y'all. I couldn't do it without y'all, and I really mean that from my heart. Much appreciation and much respect to you. So I'm kind of legging it on and just going to give a few shout out to a few people just to see if anybody else gets on the channel. And if it's only these that are on the channel right now, thank you kindly. Much respect to you. I pray that God blesses your heart in ways that you've never imagined. And thank you. So this channel today is about when a customer or a client voids the original contract. Okay. The original contract, it starts at the beginning of the job. It starts in the process of the beginning of the job. The contract has to deal with a relationship between you and the contractor that you choose to do your job. This is only going from my understanding of the position of a contractor and a client. So I have much learning to do. There's things that I still have to learn to do. Like I said, I'm not perfect. So I wanted to let you guys know that it hasn't been easy. It has not been easy. This entire journey has been very, very trying, and I wouldn't imagine it to be any other way. Or else, how are you supposed to reach for the stars if everything that you want is readily available on the ground? Peace to your family. That's for somebody. Well, I'm just learning a lot of things, learning that it just doesn't come to you for free, and it's hard work, and it's got a lot to do with, so let me take these reading glasses off. I only use them for reading glasses. Anyways, so I do a lot of ums, and please forgive me. I'm going to try to get that out of there. So going live today, when a customer and a client voids the original contract, I've been through this situation so many times. I can't even imagine. I can't even allot. I can't even calculate. I can't even tell you how many times I've been through this situation, because the simple fact is every situation's different. Not all of them are the same. It's like a family, a big family, a family of 5. Not all the children are the same. You can't treat it the same way. You cannot go at it the same way. You cannot try to understand it in the same way, because it's evidently different, of course. And I don't know if you guys can see this well, or there's a glare into it. Anyways, there's a client of mine, okay, that I'm pretty sure is trying to defecate my name, if I've said that correctly. If he's trying to destroy my name, or at least it seems as if he's trying to destroy my name. And if he's not, please forgive me. First and foremost, I'll be the first one to tell you, but it seems as if he's trying to destroy my name. And I go through a lot of this, and it's a learning lesson between myself, my company, my teammates, and everybody involved here at Carter's Fresh Cement. So we've got to tackle this. And we've got to get this challenge taken care of and completed. Excuse me, I'm just trying to organize a little bit more over here so I can take this down. So I pretty much know what I have on my notes right here. But what I wanted to say is that I've been through a lot of labors. I've been through a lot of labors in the last 10 years of trying to get this business off the rocks and into the mountains. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, first and foremost, thank you to every one of y'all that have ever came out to give me a hand And no matter which way the situation went, please forgive me. I'm always going to try to rectify that or correct that, no matter how I can, when I can. It's just what it is. Okay, where I come from, like, it wasn't easy. And there's a lot of people that come from where I come from and they make it out. I'm still in the process of making it out. So please forgive me. I still got to get my license. I still got to get a few things together. And you know what I mean? I'm on the lower end of things. So there's a lot of renting that we've got to do. I've got to do. And that it doesn't come cheap. Just put it that way. Anyways, so I want to send a shout out to my one of my laborers. I'm not going to say his name just to keep him and confidential and keep him, you know what I mean? So he just came home. He just I was actually across the street from him when he seen his child for the first time, and I'll say plus maybe 5 years, 7 years. I'm not even correct on that there, but he was one of my first laborers. So to you, my man, I know that you're excited and happy, and as soon as you can, give me a call. You know, I told you I'm already ready. Let's go. You need a job? Let me know. I don't think like the rest of these people out here. So you know what I mean. Let's get it moving. Let's get it shaking. Shouts out to you. You know who you are. You know who you are. I ain't gotta say your name. I'm not gonna say your name. But what it is he went away for a very violent crime, and it seems like a lot of my laborers either go away with violent crimes for violent crimes, or they're in violent crimes, or they're a witness to a violent crime where they have to go through, you know, some regulations and correcting themselves and getting themselves straightened back on the straight and narrow. So that's how I'll put that there. Um, we've been through a lot, man, here at Carter's Fisherman. We've been here. I've been here doing this a long time by myself. I've been all alone by myself for a long time, and I know why that is now, but I didn't know why at the beginning. How can I teach anyone if I couldn't do it myself? Okay. So, and I've made lots of mistakes, lots of mistakes. I'm gonna make more mistakes, and I'm not gonna be afraid to make them. In the past, I used to be. As a young entrepreneur, let me let you know for one thing right now: do not be afraid to make these mistakes, because you're gonna make them in order to help you to grow to become somebody better. If you don't know that, well, you do now, and if you did, great. Teach somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Reach one, teach one. So, and I'm getting tired of this glare of this yellow thing here, so I'm taking this off. But I'm holding back spicy stuff in here right now just to see if we can get a few more people on the channel. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm getting better at this, trying to bring you guys some new content and some relevant content and some exciting content and, you know, stuff that you'll pay attention to, or rather just turn off the channel. So, you know, I got a client, and there's only one on the channel right now. So if it changes, it changes. If not, well, I've got one person on the channel right now, and we're going to get it going with that one person on the channel, whoever that may be. God bless you. And my heart goes out to you and your family. And I pray that you guys are doing well. And I pray that you'll continue to do well. So thank you very much. But for all the ones that will see this video, much love and respect to you as well. I'm thinking of you as well, even if you're not thinking of us at this point in time, or you don't have time to get to the video at this point in time. I know it's a risky time right now. It's a work day, but I don't get a lot of time off of work being a young entrepreneur, and I've got a lot of things to do as well. So when I get the time to put these videos out is when I get to put these videos out. I know I said I would start at 12:30, 12 o'clock, 12:30, 1:30. So it is now 2 o'clock. We're going. Okay, so please forgive me. We got some technical issues and some technical difficulties getting this up and running straight. So now we're going good. So thank y'all to the ones that tuned in, like, shared, subscribed. And you already know, if you haven't done it already, what I want you to do: hit that subscription button for me one time for your mind. You know what I'm saying? So that you can be update and in tune with the content that we are providing you on this channel. So I thank you for my day one, my A1s, and to the ones that will be day ones to A1s. You know what I mean? Yo, please like and share and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that like button on this channel. I'm trying to at least gain another at least 10 to 15 subscribers, if not 20 to 25. If we could do 100, that'd be great, because I'm going to keep going for a minute on this one right now. And it's a touchy subject for me. It's a subject where I'm not new to it, but I'm new to the solutions of it. Because before it used to make me pretty angry, it used to make me pretty mad. And if you can hear that water running, please forgive me. We're in the office, we're in the building, so you know what I mean. We got to deal with what we got to deal with and keep it moving. That's what it is, and that's what we do here on this channel. So what it is that I've got a client that's giving me $7,000. He's giving me $7,000 already. If you can, for 1 second, please do not look at the. Don't look at the number. Don't look at the number, because you don't know what the job looks like. You don't know what the job entitles, and you don't know what you've got to go through to get the job done, or what I've got to go through to get the job done. So please, to hold back from the judgments, because you're not in a situation. If you'd like to know about it, please just give me a moment, and I will entail everything that's entitled into it that I can, without disrespecting the client customer's privilege of keeping it discreet. You know what I mean? I'm not going to give you the address. I'm not giving you no telephone numbers. I'm not giving you no names. But I will tell you that something's wrong. Something's wrong here, and we got to fix it. Something is not right. And I don't know if it's a part of me or if it's a part of the customer, a combination of the both of us, and it could be all the above. What do you think? Leave me a comment in the description box below. When you see this video, when this video reaches you, it reaches you well, because that's the time for you to reach this video, because then it is aligned with what you're going through, your energy, and it may possibly help you with a situation that you're going through. And that's what I'm here for as a YouTube creator. And I want to send shouts out to YouTube first and foremost for giving me this opportunity to bring you this content. So it is what it is, family. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I won't claim to be perfect, and I just try to do the best that I very can. I'll just try to do my very best every time that I get a chance. So it is what it is, family. We're on this podcast right now. I much love and much respect to y'all. What is this about? What is this about? This is about a client that's trying to lie on my name. This is a client that's trying to destroy what I've built over the last 25 years, and I'm not going to stand for it, and I'm not going to listen to it. And I'm very short of just walking away from this one. And I believe I have all the rights. But that's not what I want to do. I've heard other people say that. I've heard other people say that's how they deal with it. And I got the contract that right here. Carter's Fresh Cement. And I think I blocked out everything that would get the customer upset. So here's the contract right here. Carter's Fresh Cement. Everything that's entitled into it is in here. I don't know if you can see that too well, but you can see the name, Carter's Fresh Cement. Can you see some of the words there? I'm not trying to show you so you can see. You can just see that there's words in there, and it's a contract. There goes our name. That's probably our old number, and that's entitled into this too. So my customer had my old number, and due to the situations and going through this, I ended up in a very tough transition and finding shelter, place to stay, place to work from, place to lay my head, due to things like this, due to customers like this. And sometimes it's unfortunate, sometimes it's not meant, sometimes it's by pure accident, sometimes it's I try to give it the most grace as I possibly can. Even if it makes me look funny, I'm at least trying to give the grace of, okay, possibly it's that situation. I know a lot of other business people wouldn't play for that and don't go through that, but I am, and I will, and I have, and I've done. And I'm not saying that I'm going to continue to keep doing it, but I'm just saying I have in the past, and it's just about time that we straighten some things up. This is Carter's Fresh Cement Incorporated. I started this business from the bottom, and I'm going to bring it to the top of the mountains. That's why I got the mountains back behind me. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We started down here. We started somewhere way down here in the valley there. We weren't even up there yet. We are way down here. If you can see it. There's the treetops. There's the treetops. The treetops are not even at the top of the mountains. The treetops, you know what I mean? So we started in the treetops looking around, seeing what we could see. And this is what I found is Carter's Fresh Cement. And then it turned into Carter's Fresh Cement Incorporated. And then I partnered up with my sons. And then we're here now. And I've been through so many different trials and tribulations and everything else. Oh, there goes the customer demanded that I draw him his plans. I don't understand that as well. But you can see I did it. You know what I mean? Hand drew it. I don't have computer that like I don't have computer designing or nothing like that there. So how am I supposed to, So let's get back to it. So the customer give me $7,000, and he gave it. It's the time that he gave it to me. The time that he gave it to me was in November. It's November around Windsor, Ontario. It's starting to get pretty cold. It's getting time where a lot of guys that are in construction, they don't want no parts of it. They want to go on vacation, go to California somewhere. They want to go out and to the warmer climates. They don't want to stick around with the weather around here. Sometimes we get a light winter. In the last few years, we've got light winters, but mostly it's heavy down here. Our winters are nasty. So, anyways, um, I just want to let you know, thank you to the one that's on the vibe right now, still in the dang podcast. I want to say thank you to you, much appreciation. But this customer, they have they gave me I charged them 14,000 for the original design. Okay, the original diagram that I drew was 14, and I know you're not going to be able to see it too well here, but there's just a big difference in the designs and the sizes of all of the portions of the job, except for on the right side of this right here. You can see that side right there. That's a sidewalk that catches to a patio that's in the back of this house. And this patio size has changed so many different times. That black marker out there, I had to black it out because that's the customer's address and everything else. So, but let me get closer here. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can't. I hope you can. So at the back of the house, this is their house. This is alongside their house here. In the front here, they got a porch here. They got like a tree here, a tree here. They got a bunch of bushes in the front here. And then alongside the house here, they've got a sidewalk that connects to some kind of a patio that he hopefully has figured out what he wants it to look like by now. And we're going on almost a year old now. So I drew this one out. He's already changed this one many of times. And we have come to this still that he's trying to say that my company doesn't want to finish the job. I've done handwritten, hand drew, got this contract all together. It links us together through our banking institutions. It links us in our social medias. It links us on our emails. So there's pretty much no way that I can get away from saying that this person gave me money to do them service, do a job for them. They want a project done. I provide a service. They pay our service to do their job. Now, I've done run into a lot, and I do mean a lot of customers that really don't understand what it means when you hire a contractor to do your job. The contractor only needs to know the design and what you want done to it. They don't need to know what day you want them to do it. They don't need to know, they need to know they need to know extensive. They need to know just in a little bit of time, like when the job's going to end, how long it's going to take you to do the job. But the day that you do this, the day that you do that, the day that you do that, and unless it's in some unfortunate circumstances where they need to know so they can move something of on the property, maybe a vehicle or whatever it may be. There might be that rare case there, but in most cases, most contractors don't really need to know too much besides what they're there to do, and they just want to take care of that and get it done and get out of there. And I promise you that's how it goes for most contractors. I'm not saying all contractors. Some of them might want to move in, I don't know, put a picture tent up in the front yard, whatever it may be, but not me, baby. So what it is that I've been trying to do the very best that I can with this customer. I'm tired of people going on social media saying that I'm trying to take their money. I'm trying to rob them. I started this job with no intentions on completing it. just a whole lot of hoopla that I shouldn't have to go through. If you're hiring me to do a good job for you, if you're hiring me to do a good job for you, why would you put that negative voodoo on there? Why would you put that negative juju on there? Why would you put that negativity on there, period? If you're looking to get the best job you can get done, and you know as the client, the customer, that you're not paying top dollar, and I can guarantee you, I know when you're calling me, you're not paying the top dollar. You're not paying top dollar for what you're doing, because there's certain things that I don't provide that other companies do, where they may deserve the top dollar, and hats off to them. But right now, I've got to deal with what I've got to deal with and do the best what I can with what I've been dealt with, what I've been given to deal with. You know what I mean? So, and the tools that I've got to accomplish that. So that's what it is. And please excuse me if it seems like I get excited, but that's the Mac. That's me. I get excited. And I do. And this is my passion, and these are my dreams, and these are my emotions, and these are the things that my family have had to go through in order for us to continue going up that mountain, continue growing, continue expanding, continuing to give our services to a bunch of people that may not really give a dang about it. You know what I mean? And if they do, thank you kindly. You know what I mean? Because that's what we do this for. I'm only in this to do service because I like to service our community. I like to service this world, actually. You know what I mean? To be a good service. I'm not here to be a bad service. And if I've ever been a bad service, please forgive me. I'm only learning. I was probably very immature, and not probably, I was very immature in the business back when I was starting out. As you must know, if you did not know, you do know now. So anybody that if it's ever come across as it seemed we've done you wrong, or we've left the job and the job has not been completed, you can get in contact with me still. We can still work things out. But trust me, I'm not getting paid the money to complete a big job or anything like that there. So I know it's not a big job that I've left. I've left a few jobs. I had no other choice. I was in that situation. I was young. I was immature, and I didn't know what else to do besides continue to go in the way that I was believing to go. But I still think about y'all. I still appreciate y'all. I still love y'all. I still love y'all for giving me the opportunity. I'm not going to let you go off of this earth before I show you my appreciation for the opportunities that you've given me. Now, that's for the customers that we know that my company, did something foul or wrong, or I wouldn't even say foul, just wrong, because I'm not over here to do foul. I might have made many of mistakes. I have made many of mistakes. Yes, I have. And that's the truth of it. And I'm not running from it. Evidently, I'm on here alive. I done invited some of the people that I've done jobs for that haven't went correct. And I'm not trying to ruffle feathers or nothing like that. I'm trying to bury the hatch with them and trying to get on to something else that we could possibly do. If it happens, it happens. It doesn't. But I'm here, as you can see, and much love and respect to your families. And I pray that you guys are doing well and have gotten over those situations that may have not went well with our services. But that has never been my intention to give you a bad service. It's just may have what had happened. And please forgive me. I am the owner. I am the CEO. I take all responsibility into it. Please do not even look at anybody else that's that's affiliated with my company and feel as if it was their problem. It was mine alone. I'm growing at this. I don't come from a strong business family. I come from a very hardworking family, but not a very strong business family. Some people have the intelligence and the knowledge and all of that, but I didn't when I was growing up. We're coming to learn it. It's another thing. You know what I mean? You learn something new every day, and nobody can stop you from learning whatever it is that you want to learn. So got a client that is trying to say that we are trying to take their money. I don't believe that, y'all. I don't believe that you believe that. I don't believe that they believe that. But why they're trying to do that, it's beyond me. I'm not here to take anyone's money. I don't want your money if I can't complete your job. And if I haven't completed your job and I've left your job, and I'll give you the true facts about it, it's 89% we left your job for a valid reason. 89%. So about 11% of the people that we've done jobs for probably have a very valid reason that we walked away. That's just a fact. Or they got somebody else to do the job and they make it as if we walked it away. there's a lot of wings. There's a lot of things that these people can try to say about you. You're only getting one side of the story. You need both sides of the story. That means that you need me sitting right there and the client, the customer right there, speaking about it so that you can then get your full take on things. You guys can get the full gist of things. You guys can get a true understanding of it. When it's just one-sided, I hope and I pray that you know that that's just a bunch of hoopla, because until you hear both sides of the story, it's like in the court of justice. You need to hear both sides, and somebody else that's not a part of it makes a decision for the both of you so it doesn't become off bias. So I'm just putting this video out here before any of this happens so that you can understand and see what happens and what progresses after here. Because I'm going to go back, I'm going to come back on this live and I'm going to give you some updates about this job, and I'm going to give you some updates about what's going on. All my customers that hire me must know that I have a YouTube channel and I provide my community with what's going on and what's going on with my company. It's rough, rugged, and raw here. We really, really, really go through some troubles trying to get these jobs done. And for people that think that it's easy, it's not that easy. For me, for them, might be. Okay, where I come from, where I started from, what I've grown from, what I've learned from, it's nothing like anyone else. We all have our own walks, is what I'm trying to say. So they're all different. So please just have the respect and understand that I'm just trying to grow into this business, and I'm trying to show my children how to be strong, working individuals. Not even trying. They are. They already are. They already hold another job. Plus, they're part owners of the company. Okay. So, and I've been trying to show my family, my entire family, at least the ones that I'm around, it's possible for them to do the same thing. And that's it in a nutshell. Per se, you don't have to work for my company, or you don't have to work just for my company. You can start your own company, and I would be an asset. I would be a link. I would be someone that you could call on in the time of need. But there's nobody in my family that I can call on in the time of need. It's just me and my boys. And that's okay by me. If that's took me 10 years to learn that, that's what happened. But that's what goes on. I get no love, no help from the family that I'm born and raised in. That's the truth of the matter. I'm not mad at none of them. They go their way, I go my way. I still love my aunts, my uncles, my family I still love, but I just don't mess with them. So I don't rap with them too much. Some of them I still do, but for the most part, I just leave it alone. And that's just for another story. But anyways, it's tough out here in this business. It's tough out here doing business. It's tough out here learning it. It's tough out here applying it. It's tough out here understanding it. It's tough here growing in it. It's business. It's just business, not personal. You ever hear that saying? There's a truth. There's a truth in that. There's a big truth in that, because it's just business. Everything that you go through, everything you've seen in your life, everything that you walk by has something to do with business, a corporation, sales, marketing, advertising, some form of currency being exchanged, transferred, being deposited, or being withdrawn, some form of currency. It's business. Everything you're going to do and do is for business. So get used to it, get better with it, grow with it, and it'll grow with you, and teach others as you learn. And that's what it's all about. So I've been in concrete since I was 19 years old, since I had my first son, Isaiah Tyron. It was supposed to be Tyrant, but I think somebody put it as Tyrone. Should have been Carter, but it's Bernie. But whatever it is, much love to them too. So I love you, love your family. I love the other side of your family. I'm just that loving type of guy, and I don't get mad at anything. Trust me, everything happens for the good for a reason. So we've been in here. I've been in here. Let me get some of this water, because I get very dehydrated. I'm losing that weight and everything else, and I'm doing what I can for y'all so that, you don't look at you don't look at it at the facts backwards, or you can see that I'm trying and that I'm growing and that we're doing what we're supposed to do. I've been lost a few pounds. I don't know if y'all can see it, but you should see it in the face. So I started out last year at 330 pounds. Now I'm down to 256. I haven't seen these weights since I was in high school. But anyways, I'm still trying to wait for some people to get onto this, and maybe we just get the one. Okay, that's okay by me. Much love and respect to you. Cheers. Um, Customer gives me $7,000. They give it to me in December, close to December, at the end of our season. end of our season, we're looking to shut things down. But for some reason, I took this customer and I was trying to do all I could for him in the little bit of time that we had left. So from November till the winter hit in last year in 2022. We're in 2023 right now, and this job has not been put together. It has not been formed. It has not been anything besides me doing a bunch of running around like a chicken with my head cut off, trying to impress this guy that doesn't even have anything together. So you can understand how I feel about that. So it teaches me I'm learning. Like I said, we both have let's say inconsistencies in this matter. So that's why I've stuck around and I haven't left them and I wouldn't choose to leave him. And then I'm not trying to put a lien on his house. But when I went to his house the other day, because it's been about almost a year now, getting into November, we'll be into another year now. So we're about a month and something away. Um, Before this job's been a year and nothing has happened. So there's nothing that I could do to happen. When I took the job in November, the ground's about to start freezing. So then he wanted three egress windows. He wanted three egress windows, one here, one no, there was more than three. There was three egress on the front, and then there was another one here, and then he wanted something back here. So, but all that has changed since then, and it's not the same no more. Now the windows are no longer going to be egress windows, or they possibly could. I don't know what he wants to do. I'm going to go back to his house. We'll see what happens. He wants three windows here, but when he wanted it on the side here, there's a gas line there. So when I went to the house there, he's showing me the patio in the back here, over here by the house at the back here, and I'm just getting wrapped around my head. I don't know everything that's going on, so I have to keep an account of what the things that he wants done, and take a little list, a notebook, and I can check off the things that he wants done, and then I can start to work on a contract for him. So, a lot of things that we got to do to get these contracts in order and get them proper before you send them. And if you do not, you could run into troubles. So you got to be careful about that when you're making up these contracts. So he got, okay, you probably can see it better there. All right, can you see the design there? Okay, so in the front of the house here, the two windows here, he has a porch here. He has an existing driveway here. He has a sidewalk in here, and in between there somewhere, I don't know if I'm pointing it out to you correctly because it's hard for me to see. But there's a tree here. Bushes are all alongside the house here that need to be ripped out, removed, taken away. Alongside the house needs a sidewalk, and then the back here needs that there. So it's a pretty big job, is what I'm trying to point out to you. It's not a small job. Okay. So he calls me in November. You call me in November and you got me running around, scrambling around, looking for these egress windows that match for a size that he doesn't even have permits for yet, or he doesn't have it at least ready for, as what I was told. Now, if that's not true, well, that's what I was told. So we got like 5 windows that are going in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the back there. And they all got to be dug down 10 feet there. So you need a mini excavator to get in there. Or you can get in there with a plain shovel, like, I do old school type of work. I'll dig the windows out my dang self. But I'd like to get to using the mini excavator and stuff like that as well to make the jobs go by faster. But these customers don't pay the money, so it's hard for me to be able to afford that type of equipment. So that's how I can afford to keep the price so affordable. So I've got to rip out all this concrete here, at first I didn't have to rip out the concrete, but since the last time that I've talked to him, just last week, he's now added on. He wants to rip out his entire driveway and alongside the house here and get that taken out and bring that right to the street. Now, when we started, he wanted a patio, sidewalk to a small addition to his driveway just to connect like an extra 7 feet over from the driveway that he had, just a connection to an extension. So it wasn't the whole driveway. Now it's the whole driveway now. Like there's a whole bunch of different stuff that's going on with this job. And it's not on contract, but he's trying to keep the price at $14,000 for the job. I went there and priced him $14,000, trying to be nice and trying to help him out in the situation because he was trying to get his job done. It was close to the end of the season. So I figured that we could get at least this much poured in the back on the side here. I figured we get this back piece poured there before the end of the season, and then in the beginning of the season or some point in the season, we get to working on the front of it and take care of the rest of it. He was made well aware of it that we won't have time to take care of this job by the time that he had gave me the money. So hey, by the time he gave me the money, we were getting pretty close to just done with the season, and he didn't have any of his permits. None of his permits at all. So how am I supposed to take care of a job this size, this magnitude, and keep him happy in any sense of the word, unless he was trying to destroy my name by giving us this job and just play around with us? Okay, so we got a sidewalk to pour all alongside the house. It's got a, let me see this for a second so I can see. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. You can see this. So you guys seen it there. Okay, so driveway. Yeah. Okay. So this is the front of his house, side of his house, where the sidewalk's going that was originally there, and a patio that was supposed to go in the back of it here. Now he says that we came to his house, and I got it on a text message. He says that we came to his house and we weren't prepared to do the job from the beginning of this job. Being he's done one that done changed this design more than 7 to 8 times. That's at the least. That's being nice. Now, I like the guy. You know what I mean? I don't have his personality. I like his personality, but I don't know where his mindset's at because I can't understand what he's expecting for 14. And he keeps changing the price and adding cement into it, and he's adding designs to it. And so I never get a real like concrete foundation design blueprint of what he wants done to his place, but he's trying to go to his lawyers. He told me the last time I talked to him, he was going to his lawyers, and that he's trying to get his money back. Okay. Now that's what we go through. You get people that aren't quite ready and they want their money back, but we've done did all this footwork, we've done did all this clerical work, we've done did paying for a lot of different things to help us to get this job, to get it started, to get a jump start on it, to get ahead of it. And the customers really make it hard with like the way that they trust, the way that they go about dispersing funds to get their job completed. I make the customer very aware that I personally, me, Carter's Fresh Cement, does not have the money to front the job for you. You're going to have to pay for your job, and we're going to have to go through it the entire way through. But the one thing I can't stand is when people like put too much extra pressure on you on the job. They called you for it. So then just let the contractor let us do what we got to do. We need to do what we're able to do without all the extra pressure, or else the extra pressure is going to show in the job. 100%. There's no getting around that. Okay. Now, it's not as if like we're playing basketball here. We're building structures here. We've got a lot of things on our mind that we got to take care of amongst the customer adding that extra pressure onto it. Can you understand what I mean? So it is what it is. You got to get good with it. It's something that you learn over the time. You learn over the experience or the time period that you're in that field or whatever, whatnot. So this is the contract. This is the diagram that the customer had me hand draw, because I don't have that digital stuff yet. We don't pay for, we don't have all that. So customer wanted me to put a sidewalk alongside the house here. That's about 5 feet, and it wraps around. It's got a air conditioner system at the back here, and then it wraps underneath that, which you got to lift and raise that there. At first, we were going to have to cut the tree down, but now we don't have to cut the tree down. So that's in the backyard. That's just in the backyard. We got to get the air conditioner raised, and had to get the tree cut down. So I'm trying to get all this stuff in my head to get it organized, middle November ish. You know what I mean? So he called us maybe first week, maybe week and a half of November, or give or take. Okay. But in between that time, so I've got to take care of tree cutting. I've got to get this air conditioner raised and lifted. Got to get the forms out there. Got to get it dug out. Got to get it properly propped. Got to get it properly compacted. Got to get all the deco foam in there. Got to get the guys ready together and everything else. And Not a lot of time at a time where everybody's planning to get out of there and go on vacation and kick their feet up and get out of the the cold. So I'm trying to do all that I can for this guy. um if I had to, I'd go dig it myself. You know what I mean? I've done it. I've shown you I've done it. I'm not scared of it. Hard work doesn't scare me at all. It's just is what it is. So he wanted me to take out this back piece here. We had to take up that there, go up alongside the house here, and then he wants to connect it into the front here with the sidewalk that connects to a porch that connects to the entire driveway. Well, the existing driveway, now it's going to be the entire driveway. So it's just a re-pour around the whole house, which I'm thankful for and I'm grateful for, but we don't have that on contract. So how do I get paid for that when you're making all these changes for it? When you keep changing what we've agreed on in the beginning here, okay? And now, mind you, my contracts come with a very, very steep clause. If you upset us, we walk away. I'm not here to play with you. I'm not trying to take your time up. I'm trying to mess with your time. I just do the very best that I can with the situation and the time that you have given me. Now, just because you got a project that you probably tried to start and it's been started and it's been messed up and the time's all off now you're a little bit extra impatient. You can't then put that on any of the contractors or myself, guys like myself, because then that's just only going to put pressure onto your job. And chances are something's not going to work out right. Something's not going to look right. Or someone's going to be hasty in things that they do. And they're just trying to get away from you by them because you're putting your energy on top of their energy, which I don't have that energy. I know how to do concrete. I know what it's supposed to be done. Now, can things happen? Yes, they can. Things that are not in my hand, things that are out of my hand when I leave a job. If a wall goes and bows and I leave a job, then what am I supposed to do about that? I've did everything I can. Nothing else has bowed, but then the back walls, and that's got to be some kind of form of another um, foundational issue, something to do with the ground or something, the dampness or the water or something. Because if all the others are correct and fine, and then there's something that is just a little off, well, then chances are there's some kind of breakdown in the relationship between the customer, the job, somewhere. Not putting it on either one at all. It's just somewhere there was a breakdown. And most times you can alleviate it, sometimes you can fix it, and then sometimes you just can't or you don't need to, and you can walk away from it, which is those are the good times, and you pray that you get those. Okay, so we're going on 40 minutes here, and I still only got one person in the chat, and I appreciate that person, but I don't know where my 82 people are. You guys are still at work. What time is it? 2:39. Okay, so you're probably still at work right now. I'm learning to get y'all schedules and to see what time you guys will be off so that we can interact and do things much better. Um, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm just here to learn and grow and to help y'all to learn and grow into the industry that I'm involved in and my children are involved in. And if that excites you and it's helping you and it's you're learning something from it, well then, like I said, hats off to you always. You know what I mean? So do what you can with what you got and do the best that you can. So this customer is trying to make me look bad. Now did so much running around for this customer. Went basically almost homeless. A lot of people that know me know I basically done almost went homeless. I'm asking to stay at third place for a minute so I can keep things on track, so I can stay in contact with this customer. Now, what I said that my information's on here, the information that's on here that the customer has is something that is of the old, not my email addresses, but my number. So when he tries to call me, he can't get in touch with me. He can't get in touch with me because I'm going through a transition of trying to stay afloat when these customers pull sneaky little things, you know what I mean? And I don't know how they come about knowing it, when to do it, or how to do it, or if it's even their fault. But it just so shows up that why would you give me $7,000 at the end of this season? Okay. I'm still going to follow through with the job. I'm still going to come through with the job. It's just, why would you give me $7,000 at the end of this season? That's for the deposit. And in my clause, it states that the deposit is a non-refundable purchase. Okay, so just get that out of your mind. That purchase right there is just letting us know that you're at least 50% serious about it, because I usually generally leave the customer with the other half of the money so that we can build a relationship, so that they can see that I'm not in this to destroy their property. I'm not in here to try to hurt them. I'm not trying to do anything wrong to them. I'm not trying to take their money. I'm not trying to give them a bad service. But what they really need to understand is the pressure that they put on us already by giving us a job is enough. We have enough pressure right there. We're trying to do and give you the best service that we can, but it doesn't help when you make it hard for us to utilize the funds that's for your job, not for our job, for your job. That's who it's for. It's not for the contractor. Yes, the contractor will get benefits from it, from completing it properly. Pray if that they can, pray if that they do. And sometimes there's mistakes that happen that you just can't get away from. And it's just not your fault. It just happens. And I know you probably, it's in nature. You have to be there to understand it. But sometimes, you know what I mean? Freak accidents happen. You know, the ground falls underneath and the wall falls backwards. I don't know. Something like that. But just, anyways, let's get back to it. So I got this customer that's trying to say that I'm trying to steal his money. I'm not trying to steal your money, buddy, but I don't want to sit here for another year trying to get your job done because you don't want to use the funds that you've already agreed to use to get your job done. I'm not going to pay for it. I can't pay for that. I won't pay for that. We don't pay for that. You pay for your job to get done. I just give you a price that is as close as I possibly can by mind, thought, calculations, and stuff, as close as I can. Now, I can't calculate unfortunate situations or things that I couldn't calculate or couldn't see until, things are removed and debris gone, and then I can make a better assessment. But sometimes you can only get a quote to as far as you can see, and then you'll have to add an extra quote on top of that. So you have to make sure that you make them aware of that in your contract. Okay, so there's a lot of things that I'm learning about these contracts right now that I didn't know, I don't know about, and I'm soon to learn about, I'm pretty sure. But I know that I know enough about it that before they had this contract, before we made this contract, I let them know that we are not going to be able to finish this job this year. It's too big of a job. It's 2 weeks left in the season. It's way too big of a job. The job's like a 3-car driveway with a sidewalk into it, with a porch and a couple of steps into it there, with a sidewalk on this side of it and a patio on the back there. And then now it's completely changed. Now it's almost like it's cement around the whole entire house, except for this part here. So we'll only be stopping about here. So we'll be going around the entire house here, and this guy's thinking that we're going to do this for the same amount that we gave him a year ago. And that's not fair to us, and it's definitely not fair to my workers, because there's no way that I'd be able to afford to pay for that. Okay, so the money that they did give us, yes, that's allotted for. That's okay. We take that loss there. But now my profits, because of the way that the customer acted, I'm going to have to now take my profits and spend it on this job to get it back on track, so that this customer doesn't try to say that we're trying to rob him. You see how it goes now? Now, the first deposit is to get your job set up and straightened up. Okay, you get your job straight up, set up. There you go. Okay. Now, what do you do after that? You have the other half of the money and you utilize it in the best way see fit to get the job done. But don't forget that the customer, the client, or the contractor has bills that he's got to pay. He's got employees that he's got to pay. He's got gas that he's got to buy. He's got things that he's got to take care of. So I don't know where it is and how it is that me as a new entrepreneur that I've made that customer very aware. I'm very new. I don't have a driver's license, so I pay for my transportation. I have to pay people to give me rides back and forth to these jobs. This stuff is not easy, and especially when it's out of town. It's not like these are local jobs or in-town jobs. Some can be and some aren't, but I've did jobs from here to Colchester, from here to Bell River, from here to Tilbury. I've done jobs, and I don't drive. I just get rides. I pay for people to drive, and that's how it goes for right now. And I'm getting to the point where my sons are about to learn how to do this on their own and better. And I'm getting, well, not so much on their own, maybe about another year to two, and they'll be doing it on their own, no problem. I have no problems with that. But they weren't in the same situation I was when they started. So hats off to you. Much love and respect. Never forget where it comes from. Never forget where you got it from. Never forget where it's going to go. Okay, so stop being so, you know what I mean, tight about it. If this is what it costs, this is what it costs. Like, there's some customers like you go and there's no you do this. You shop around. Everybody shops around, and you shop around and you get the price that you want. But does anybody ever think about the customer, the contractor that doesn't get the job? He's evidently going to get another opportunity anyways. But does anybody ever think about what's going to happen to like him if he doesn't get his bills paid? So you call out three, four, five guys that have to keep going to another door because you don't like their price. That may be the actual price that the job costs, but you don't want to pay it. You don't want to pay it, so then that person walks away and he's got to go find another job or another client to take care of the things that he's got to take care of. His complete everyday, everyday hustle bustle. His schedule is everyday schedule. So things that you got to take care of every day in business. And when you get to a bunch of customers that don't like the price because they can't afford the price, now that's starting to be a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? And if you know the word I'm looking for, leave it in the comment section, the comment section below or on the side here to you there. Um, if you don't got enough money for the job, then why are you calling to get the job done? So it's kind of like you're calling for the job and you want somebody to give you a deal right off a hop. So then when you do then get the deal, and then you do then get let's say a markdown on whatever it is that the job's worth. Say if the job's worth 50,000 and you only got 35,000, 40,000 to do the job, and somebody happens to give you that benefit or gives you that deal and they go for that, trying to complete your project for that price there, I'll say from right there, something's gonna happen. Something's not gonna happen. Something's not gonna go right. Something's gonna just be ill aligned. Something's going to be not on track. Something's not going to butt up. Something's not going to be flush. Something's going to be crooked. Something's going to be slanted. Something's going to be tilted. There's going to be something that is not going to go right with that job. Somewhere, somehow, I just know it. You can take my word for it. So if somebody says the job's worth 25,000, give them the 25,000 for it. Plus the taxes, because that's what the government wants. Hey, that's just what it is. I've always been raised that, my mom, she's always paid top dollar for everything that she's bought, or at least when she could afford it. Most times she always bought the name brand. You know what I mean? She always said that you get what you pay for. So, right now we give discounted prices because I know I don't have a driver's license and I'm not going to charge somebody like as if I do have a driver's license. So they've got to put up with a little bit of time lapse in the sense that I don't drive personally, but usually when I take a job, I have the driver already set and we're ready to go. But I may have other things to do and not get to your property first thing in the morning because there's other things to take care of so that we can get the job on track because of the way that some of these customers like to disperse or dispense the financial support for the job. So this customer, he's trying to get my name. He's trying to get my name and dirty my name. Plain and clear. I've been around for this guy for almost a year now. Just about a year, and I haven't run from this guy. The guy couldn't call me. He said he tried to get in contact with me. He tried to get in contact with my previous numbers. So my previous numbers are no longer in because this guy over here and that guy over here trying to sue the company and trying to be rude about it. And yes, I'm talking about you, Mr. Keep all my tools and everything else. When my mother was dying, you kept my tools. You knew that she was dying. You still cut my tools and still did our company wrong and dirty. You know who you are. I won't say your name. Luckily for you, but that's just the way it is. People try to get at you in business. Okay. And even when it's a tough time, my mother was dying. This customer stole my tools, brand new tools that I bought with the money that I already had made from another job to do his job and gave him an exceptional price. And he still robbed me for my tools. And we have to go to court for that. And you have to go through a bunch of things that I wasn't in the place and time ready to do at the point in time. But if I did, I would. Oh my goodness, I got a lot of money out there in tools that I can no longer get back yet, and I just got to keep it moving. So, anyways, there's a lot of things that you're going to go through. There's these customers out here try to hurt you. They try to hurt you in the sense of here's money to do your job, but I don't want to pay you as much money as my job costs. Isn't it fair if I lay down a dollar for you, you pay me a dollar for it? So if you got $18,000 worth of material Isn't it fair to say that you will pay $18,000 plus taxes to get it laid? So if the materials cost 9,000, then that's how I figure it. If your materials cost 9,000, times that by 2, which makes that 18,000. Now times that by taxes, and there goes your actual price of what the job should actually be. But most people don't have the money to pay for that. We're in the tough times right now, and everybody's in financial despair, or like to act like it, or try to utilize that as, you know, their angle on, can you drop the price in the job? Or I don't have that much to the job, but you can afford this much, but you can't afford that much. And all that. I don't care about all that. I just know that if I lay $1 for you, I'm charging you $1 plus the tax. And that's just what it is. You're going to find a bunch of other scab laborers. You're going to find a bunch of other people that, you know what I mean, don't have as much knowledge. And just because you have a lot of knowledge does not mean that you're not going to mess up or you're not going to make a mistake. Mistakes happen. That's what a mistake is. But if you can avoid those mistakes, well, that's what you pay more money for. And that still doesn't mean there's not a mistake that's going to happen. But you got to be fair with it. You know what I mean? Do what you can to rectify it. And I pray that I can rectify any of the jobs that I need to rectify. And I do mean that, need to. Not just because a customer says I need to. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm an honest person. And that's just what it is. There's a few customers out there that I plan on doing something pretty special for once I get the opportunity and chance. It may not be when they want it, but when I get the opportunity and chance, I know that they'll be very happy with what I'm planning on doing for them, for just being simply one of our first customers or early customers in our business. And I've never forgotten about you, and I've always thought about you. Sometimes I have dreams about, certain things of the ways that I'm going to rectify it. You know what I mean? And I know you're going to like it. So I just pray that we can continue growing and keep expanding so that I can make those happen. And I don't look like a lie on the channel right now. And I don't know why in this camera, it always makes it look like my lips are like dry or bluish. But this isn't the Mac. This is the Android. This one, the Androids they be going through some things, man. They still keep me doing their thing, man. I'm telling you. Excuse me. Going on 56 minutes and 22 seconds. All right now. So it is what it is. I just had to put this out here just before any of it happens. So you guys, before you hear this from somebody else, or before you hear this from your friend or your neighbor or your worker or whatever, something about us. Like, it's always like I'm defending myself against things that I don't need to defend myself, because I feel very confident in our contract. I mean, I feel very confident in our contract, or else I would feel some kind of way about this customer, but I don't. I'm trying to make the customer as aware as I could of the things that could possibly happen are not going to happen, what they need to do, what they could do, what they should do, what I'm going to do, to the best of my ability and to the best of the timeline, to the best of my ability for the timeline. And it's not going to be perfect. Like this last job that I just did here, she's a little upset, and I don't blame her. And I don't blame her for one reason, because I'm upset. But it's something that I had to go through. There's something that I had to go through because I was made aware at the beginning of the job that we didn't have enough concrete to finish a job. So my mind immediately erased that other project, or the other side of the project. Wasn't even thinking of doing it. I was kind of relieved. I said, okay, good. Then we could have more time to focus on it. So I left it alone. It wasn't formed up. And as we're getting closer to ending this job here now, because when I went there, I had planned on forming it up and having it ready for the concrete truck got there. Things got a little disaligned, but we showed up at the same time as a concrete truck, because I was pretty sure that we weren't going to be able to pour this other side. But then at the end of the job, we were told that there was enough concrete and we're going to be able to pour the job. How that happened, I don't know, but I still appreciate it. And we did the best that we could with it. And I'm not trying to blame the company. I'm not trying to blame anything on anyone. I just did the best that I could do with that situation at that point in time. Split second decision. You have enough concrete. The customer's been waiting. What do I do? Okay, we'll stop the farms on as quickly as I can and get them as straight as I can, or at least as level as I can with a little bit of time that we get left, because we're getting charged for that extra time there. So I limited money left because I don't try to charge too much more than what the job costs. And I walk away with a little bit of something. That's what it's always been like. And I'm learning how that to make that not happen anymore. You got to be more ready. You got to have things written down. You got to have things straightened out. And that's just the way that it is. And I'm learning that. And I pray that the ones that don't know that will learn that when they need to learn that, or else it can hurt you sometimes. You know what I mean? So I try to stay up on my P's and my Q's, and I try to keep on my I's and T's dotted and crossed. So I'm learning as I'm going. And as I learn it, I let y'all know. So I hope that you guys have learned and grown with me since you started watching me. And I'm very thankful for all of y'all that have tuned in, like, shared, subscribed, watch this video, become part of the community, become part of the channel. And I don't know what else to say, but thank you. You guys are helping me to be able to give this trade that I've learned 25 plus years ago, so that I may be able to give it to my children, so that my children be able to give it to their children, then they can continue to give that on to their children's children, and we'll keep growing as you know it. So that's what my plan was. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've been thinking of doing. And that's what I've been currently doing. And I'm now in the state of doing it. And I've seen my son on his couple of days before his 25th birthday get on concrete for the first time. And I've been waiting my entire concrete life to see my son get onto the concrete. So I have both my sons, my oldest sons there, two of my older sons out of the five. I had two of them there, and they helped me to complete that job there. Now, I'm not saying that it went completely, stellar and it was the best ever out there and nothing happened or didn't go wrong. But yes, I was there putting it together myself, and I was doing what I had to do and do what I could do to the best of my abilities. So the job didn't fall apart, but you know what I mean? At any point in time, someone can say they don't like that spot. They don't like that spot. Well, look at the whole job opposed to the little spot that you can find. Clean your eyes before you try to clean somebody else's. Clean the wood chips out of your eyes before you try to take the log out of somebody else's. You know what I mean? So I'm not perfect. I'm learning this. I'm doing the best that I can with it. I pray that you would appreciate that and support that by what? Hitting that subscription button for your boy one time for your mind before we get up off of this podcast. I believe that we only got one person on here. So that's what it is. Like I said, if I got one person or 100,000 people, it's no the same. It's still the same. I'm still pumping this message out to you. Still pumping this content out to you. We ain't gonna stop. So I pray that you don't stop. So stay tuned. Stay available. This customer, I just don't know what they want to do, man. They're trying to make it like we're trying to steal their money. I don't know what they're really trying to do. I don't know why they're trying to do this to us, and I don't know who put them up to doing this to us. But it's not fair. We don't like it, and I'm not going to stand for it. And my boys don't deserve it. So what is this about? You call a company in November and you want us to do a concrete job that wraps around your entire house, plus you need the trees removed, you need electrical moved over, you need permits for the gas lines, you need a lot of permits that you don't have, and your past builder left you. I can only imagine why. I'm not going to say anything else other than that. But I have his number, and I'll be speaking to him just to get to touch base with him to see why he left. Because I don't know why he left you, and I don't know why you're trying to make it as if I was never trying to be there for you in the beginning. I thought I was there before the builder was there, and I'm still here after that builder's gone, and you got another builder there. So I'm trying to be as humble as I can with you. I'm trying to be as humane as I can with you, because I do love to love, and I do love to help people, and I do love to give our service to the people that appreciate it. But for the ones that don't appreciate it, don't call me. It's simple. I don't want you to call me in the first place if you don't appreciate what we do. So please don't call. I just need people that need our services, that appreciate our services, that like our services, that are comfortable with our services, and that know that I try to put 150 million% into everything that I do. Okay. And I'm learning how to do that more and more every day because we learn every day. And what is it? Yeah. So what is it? Yeah. We learn every day. We learn something new every day. That's all I'm trying to say to you. And I just really wanted to get this out here before any of the messery starts, even if it does start at all. Like I don't want to put this, I don't want to put this customer at harm at all. I don't want to have him in any harm from our business at all. But I have to protect our business and I have to protect what we're doing. And I'm the only one that's going to do it. So you're gonna visit me when you're trying to destroy my company, when you're trying to destroy what I built for my family, for my children. It's hard for us out here too. We've got to trust you too. It ain't just you because you got money in your hand and you're transferring it to us for our services. You don't own us. We're not owned by you. I'm not scared of you. I'm trying to provide a service for you. But when you then do take our services, then ease up a little bit. Let me do what I'm trying to do for you. I'm really trying to give you a great job. But if you're giving me pressure that I don't need, that's got nothing to do with the job, and it's only got to do with your character and who you are, well, then that's not fair on us. I don't deserve all that extra stuff. But we got to go through it and still give a nice, product, service, item, you know, plate of food, whatever it may be that you serve and do. So just think about that when you're getting into business, though. You're not only getting paid to get money, you're not only getting paid to be a boss, you're not only getting paid to help people to learn how to do your craft, your trade, you're also getting paid to deal with some of these unfortunate and very difficult situations in a split second. And you're also getting paid to do that too. So there's a lot of things that I'm learning that I didn't know when I first started. So much appreciation, respect once again to everybody that I've ever had a chance to do work for, with, around, learned, gained, whatever it may be. You know what I mean? I love the love, and that's what it is. I appreciate it, even if it was a mistake, well, a lesson well learned on my part or your part, whatever it was. I'm glad that we both got to grow from it in some point, in some fashion. So I'm sitting here boggle-minded right now because I don't want to take this guy to court for to put a lien on his house. I just want to get his concrete done. I just want to get the concrete done and get out of that job and get to another job. I don't want to put up with all this extra bull that I don't need to, that they don't need to. Why? It's simple. I do concrete, pay me what I need to do the concrete. I get the concrete done. I get out of there. If you put an extra bunch of extra stress on top of me while I'm trying to get your concrete completed, then I pray that you would understand that there's a possible chance that something's going to get missed. Something's not going to get focused on. Something's not going to get, the details going to be overlooked somewhere, something. And that's what makes a better businessman. So you get that pressure and that's what you get paid for. So if I fall short of that or have fell short of that there, I'm learning that that's something that you got, that comes with the job. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? So when you're playing basketball, they're not trying to play nice to you. They're not trying to not block your shot. They're not trying to, you know what I mean, not steal the ball. They're not trying. So it's basically the same thing, and I'm just learning that. I'm new to it, and I'm learning it, and I'm praying that it doesn't take me under before we start to climb that mountain even more. You know what I mean? There's processes and there's steps that we got to go through. There's things that we need to get better on. There's things that we need to sharpen up on. And at the same time, you're going to keep running into a different customer, a different location, a different design, a different job, a different foundation wall that you got to, the different heights. There's different textures you got to go through. There's just a lot of different things that you're going to have to go through and things that you're going to have to do so that you'll be able to grow. You have to make those mistakes in order to grow. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, family, for the ones that are still on this podcast, for the ones that are listening in, for the ones that have taken the opportunity to even, look at the video without even going on the video. I'm still going to give you shots out. You don't know. You can't break me because you don't show up when I want you to show up. You'll show up when it's time for you to show up, and that's okay. I won't be broken. I can't be broken. I'll keep climbing. I keep shining. I'll keep grinding. I'll keep doing what I got to do. God made my path for me. God's already made the path for you. You keep continuing doing what God told you to do, and you're going to do just fine. Okay, so this just so happens what God told me to do. It's concrete work, modeling. That's what I do. Shouts out to Black Panthers Modeling Agency. I just started recently modeling for them, and I believe that they're going to start to be a very big company around here in Ontario. And I want to say shouts out to them in advance right now. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to be a part of your organization. And I can't wait for the next photo shoot. That's what's up. But anyways, so let's get back to this though. I'm very serious about my concrete work. I've been in it since I was 19, since my first son was born. That's all that I really know. That's the only way that I ate. That's the only way that I eat was when I was in concrete work. I've done other jobs. I've held other jobs in other positions and got my law enforcement's diploma, and I've got a bunch of different other diplomas and things like that. It's just that I really attract to the concrete work, and it really hurts me sometimes when there's customers out there that really try to, you know, put shame on my name and put dirt on my name without looking at themselves and looking at some of the things that they might have done to contribute to the situation that we're in. They take it from one side and they don't put it on both sides. I put it on both sides. I take it even if it was the customer side. I somehow try to take a little bit on there to lighten the load on them. But they don't even appreciate that where I'm from. And if they do, then thank you very much. I'm not talking about the good customers that I've had. I've had some very good customers. And then I've had some very, very, very not so good customers. I don't try to talk bad about you, but it just is what it is. We're all learning and growing at the same time, and we cross paths in certain times, and we try to do the best with the time that we have there and grow. That's pretty much it. So I thank everybody that's ever called Carter's Fresh Cement Incorporated, giving us a job. Like I said, even the ones that didn't go so well or didn't get completed, it's not always that it's all my fault now. I want you to know that. It's not that it's always on my fault, and it's not that it's always on the customer's fault. It can be a combination of the both. But then something has to happen. Something has to get resolved. Something has to get rectified. Something has to be cleaned up. Something has to be straightened up. Something has to be given from both sides in order to show that the appreciation of the relationship that you have built. So I try to do the best that I can, but I'll promise you, when you pressure me too much or you're giving me too much of a problem in concrete work, then I can no longer pay attention to your job the way that I had planned to in the beginning. Okay, when I go into a job, the first time I go to somebody's job, I'm so thankful. You do not know where I came from. You do not know the people that I grew up with. You do not know what I've been through to get to where I'm at right now. So when I get to a job, I come from the hood, the gutter, the butter. I've been there since a kid. I live there right now. Okay, so I'm just climbing my way up out of there. But I'll tell you right now, I love every customer that's ever called our company, whether it was for, even just trying to find out our prices and not even give us the job. I I I got to give my children's children an opportunity. So I've got to deal with all these different situations where people are not being very fair, people that are not being very kind, people that are not being very sensible. You're trying to destroy my name so that you can try to get some money up that you already spent. That's not fair to me. You are made very well aware of what was going on in this contract before you gave me the money, before you even decided to call me. So I don't know what it is that you want me to do, but get this job completed with the money that is left and the extra amount that we're going to add on for the stuff that you're adding onto the job. You're not getting the same price. You're not getting the job done for 14,000 and you added on $14,000 worth of work. Okay, so I pray that that's not what you're expecting. I pray that's not what you're hoping, because I will turn away and walk away and go put the lien on the house. I don't want to put the lien on the house, so can we just get the job completed? So if you have an opportunity to see this video before I talk to you again on Monday, then by all means, you you'll get exactly what you're asking for, because you already told me that you're going to your lawyers. You were at your lawyers. You hung the phone up on me. And I'm trying to discuss ways to rectify the situation and make it better. You hung the phone up on me twice. I stood and waited around your house for about a half an hour for you to call me back or to do something, and I get no call. But then at the end of the night, and I'm going to sleep, you call me around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and you're telling me that, oh, we need to work this out. Yes, I know we need to work this out, because I don't want you trying to run around and destroy my name so that my sons have a hard time running business. I'm not here to try to destroy your property. I'm not trying to do that. So I don't know why you're trying to destroy my name. The company that I built from the ground up, blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of laborers that I've done got to work with me or work for me, and a lot of people that I've done had to pay that I have a tough time paying because the way that you guys pay me. I try to give you a good price, and then on top of the good price, you want to disrespect me by trying to lie about my name. It's not fair. How you give me $7,000 in November with 2 weeks of winter, 2 weeks to winter shows up, and the ground's too hard to dig anything. You got 5 windows that you need dug out. You got 5 windows that you need dug out here, here, and back here. How am I supposed to do that with 2 weeks left of our season to go? You give me $7,000 with 2 weeks left of our season to go before the ground gets soft. Ground gets hard. Next to almost impossible. So we don't even get a chance to go. And then on top of that, there's a gas line that we got to go. So you need a permit for it. So you don't have your permits. You don't have any of that stuff ready. You didn't even have it this year. We got this started in 2022, November 2022. You don't have any of the permits or didn't have any of the permits that you needed back then. I never told you that I would get your permits for you. I would tell you the ones that I believe that you need to get, and you need to check up on them because you didn't have any of them. So that's what it's about. I just want to get this job completed, and I want you to be able to feel that you can trust in us to call on us again, because I never did leave you. So if that happens, well, then great. If it doesn't, and you're just one of them customers that's trying to dirty our name, well, I don't know what to do for you by then, because I believe I've taken care of myself in this contract. So if you're trying to pull that, we're already okay, good with that. I believe we're already okay, good with it. There is a clause in the contract that I write with them because we've got to protect ourselves against these customers as well. I pray that it's valid. I pray that it's enough for me to be able to keep my sanity away from some of these customers that are trying to destroy our names, and some of the customers that are trying to do things that we don't necessarily need to go through if they'd have more trust in us. And that it goes on both sides, because they've got companies that have done them wrong, or they say that in order so that they can get a better price. I don't really think that it's the company that really does it most of the time, but it's possible. It's possible, and I'm not saying it hasn't happened to you, so I'm not calling you a liar or nothing like that. I wasn't there, and I ain't got parts to do with it. It's just it could possibly happen, and I'm saying that I know from my point of view, I don't want to leave a job. I want to get the job done. So if I leave a job, there's got to be a pretty uncomfortable situation going on there. There's got to be some pretty unfair situations that the client's trying to make the customer or the contractor go through to complete their project. And that can go vice versa. So whichever way it goes, you know what I mean? I can only speak for myself and from where I'm coming from. So yeah, there's the porch there. Got to rebuild this porch, take all that porch down. And then at one point in time, it was just replacing this porch here. Now the porch can't go past here because the window's going here now. The window used to be way over here that it was going, and we are going to build the same type of porch. Now this is getting cut off. This is getting moved over until about here. So the porch is longer. So I got to build foundation underneath this. And I don't think he understands that. And that's not in the original quote. This is not there. So I got to build a foundation for there, which is going to cost money. It's going to cost forms. It's going to cost concrete. It's going to cost labor. It's going to cost time. That wasn't added in the first one. So this guy is over here pushing like a lot of different designs on us, and he's just floating by it, trying to ruin our name. He went to his lawyers while I was at his house because he said that we were going to start the job that day. He's at his house he's at the lawyers instead of at his house getting his job started. So the first time that he gave us money, he gave us next to no time to get the job together, prepared, formed up, poured, anything. Nothing more than I would have loved to have one more job that I could do before the end of the season properly. Get it done properly before the end of the season and have that to go away with, and then come right back to that one in the beginning of the season. But that didn't happen. So there's a lot of things that has to happen once you make a design. Once you make a design, that's it. Now, if you change it, of course you can change it and it can get altered, but not change just like that. You can't change it like 7-8 times within, 6 months. That's going to get somebody frustrated. That's going to get somebody upset. That's going to get the contractor ready to leave your job and not want to stay. You know what I mean? I'm speaking as from the contractor standpoint of it, not the client or the customer. When you call me and you change that thing, that's fine that you change it. But if I went there and I've already done work and I've already put forms down and we've already got that and you're changing it. Now on this one, thank God we haven't. So that's what makes it a little bit easier, is that I can take the change and we can alter it and we can change that. But then we ought to alter everything in here too. What you're paying for it, what you're paying me for it, what it's going to cost to get the job done. That all gets altered again. So I hope that this customer doesn't think I'm going there with this same original contract with the same price on it, and he's going to get all that extra work added onto it. Now, if I go there and it gets work added onto it again, and he wants to keep this original one, this original contract, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of there. What do you think I should do? Why should I have to stay there and put up with this? I've already went next to homeless for this guy. I've already lost two very expensive phones, iPhone 13 and a Samsung Galaxy 22 that I'm currently trying to get back right now because of this job. He gave me $7,000 in November, at the middle of November. We're about to shut season down. So if he wasn't trying to screw me over from the beginning, I don't know what it was. And if he wasn't, and he's just that clueless about it, well, that's why I'm still here not trying to. I've called the customer. I've made arrangements to try to get this thing back on track again. So that doesn't speak to me. I don't know where he's trying to say that we're trying to take his money. I don't know where he's trying to say that we're trying to take his money. I don't know where he's trying to say that from the beginning of the job, we were trying to not complete his job. These are not easy to get. These are not easy to build. These are not easy to make up. They're not easy to send. It costs money to get these things done, printed off. You got to have a printer. You got to have a phone. You got to have a line. You got to have an extension. All this stuff costs money. And this stuff gets taken out monthly. So if you come to some contractor and you put your money into his hands and your plans are so screwed up that they don't know when they're going to be able to start their job, then you almost lose that money. Almost. You shouldn't have to, and I believe that you should be able to work something out so that you guys can both feel comfortable. And that's what I'm saying. But in some cases and in some senses, that the contractor can walk off with your money if it's in their closet, if it's in their contract, which is very much in mine because I'm tired of customers that'll steal my tools, try to dirty my name, try to shame my name. But at first they were trying to get me to do something for them, which I don't find very, retributable. I don't find that very respectful. I don't find that very kind at all. But it is what it is, and you learn as you go. Okay, so we're hitting 1:20 with this podcast, and it is what it is. So when you do reach this, when you do hit this, when this does find you, I pray that it finds you well, and that this helps to answer some of your questions for when you're out in the streets in a boat in Windsor, Ontario, and somebody says something about us. No, I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm a young kid. I'm a young entrepreneur. I'm a young company owner and a young manager learning to do better. So I don't know what else to tell you. So you can call us or not. But when you do call us, just know that we have our clause set in order too, so that you can't screw us. Like, I don't know what it is that I'm supposed to do other than try to get the rest of this job completed with the money that is left. There's $7,000 that was left from the original one. But now, like I said, he's added stuff on now. So I got to add money onto this thing. And if I can't add money onto it and he add onto it, I got to walk away from this job. And I don't want to walk away from this job. And I do not want to put a lien on the house. So can we come to a confirmation, an agreement, some form of a resolution so that we can get this property taken care of the best way that we can from here on out? Okay? So it is what it is, family. I thank y'all very much for tuning in, liking, sharing, subscribing. I don't know if I've explained this to you as much and as best as I could, but there'll be updates to this. I'm sure of it. And if you want to leave me a comment in the description box below, then please do. And if you haven't, then, let's talk on the street. Talk to me in the street about it, or, get in touch with me on the phone or whatever, whatnot. But for anybody that believes that I've done them wrong, please don't feel free to reach out to me. You don't always have to go to court about it. I'm more than willing to try to make something happen. But if that's where it ends up, then that's where it ends up. I got, I got law enforcement, so I understand. Want to thanks to my day one A1s who's liked, shared, subscribed, tuned into this video. I hope that I didn't give too much of the information away of the customer. And if I did, please forgive me. If I didn't, then great. But the customer wants me to finish this job, but he's not being fair about it. He's not being understanding about it. He's being very bullheadish about it. And I don't have to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for it. We're not going to stand for it. And I'm just here to prove that we don't run bad business. Our business might run into bad people, but we don't run bad business. I can feel my mother on my shoulder right now just thinking of trying to run bad business. When I was an immature kid, back in the kid, we all grew up, okay? We all grew up. We all went through our things and as adolescents, and I'm not saying that everybody did the things that I did or I did the things that everybody else did, but just we live and we grow from our experiences. And I no longer do the things that you might, whatever, from the past know of, or, you know what I mean? Young boy in Windsor. We were very rough and violent back when we were kids. Tough, not violent, but wrestling like violent. We had WWF to deal with, and boxing was heavy back when we were growing up. So you weren't this pet a cat type like cat. You know what I'm saying? You might have been a cat, but you wasn't a pet a cat type like cat. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I want to thank y'all, the ones that have tuned into the video. I want to thank the ones that the video reaches well, and maybe you'll catch up with us on another live. Thanks for coming to our platform. Thanks for being a part of it. And when it eventually does reach you, like I said, I'm giving you mad shout outs right now. Thanks for coming and being a part of it. And when you do choose to hit that subscription button, I'm giving you thanks in advance already. So holler at your boy. You know who this is. It's Dub C's in the building. We got Maddie and Domi We're World Inc. This is Carter's Fresh Cement Incorporated. And I just want to thank all my day ones, A1s. You already know. Thank you very much. Become part of the channel, become part of our community, and help us to grow and continue to support us as we continue to support you with the content and the videos that's going on with Carter's Fresh Cement Incorporated and our other many platforms that we have. I want to say thank you to YouTube. I want to say thank you to my boy that just came home and got home to see his little boy. I want to say thank you for you coming out and helping us to grow. I want to say thanks to my boy John. I know you're on your way home. I want to send shouts out to you. I want to send shouts out to all my laborers that are going through, all my past laborers or friends that have had hard times going through it and having a hard time. Get in touch with me. Just please get in touch with me. You know how to get in touch with me. You know where I'm at. So I need some of this water because it's still light and bright in here, baby. And I ain't just talking about me. I'm talking about the lights. Smart. No pun intended. Anyways, yeah. So we on here for about a minute 25, about to hit the 20-minute, 26 seconds. I want to say thanks to y'all. I had fun doing this, and I won't hesitate to do this again when there's a customer that's trying to destroy my name. I got to learn to get these out here before anything pops off. So whatever they try to pop off, you guys already got the know-how and the know what and the know who before the who try to get us. You know what I'm saying? So that's the best that I can do in my defense before anything pops off or anything goes out like that there. You know I got like 6 YouTube channels, so you don't know which way I'm going to come at you with. But today, it's on Carter's Fresh Cement Incorporated. So I want to thank y'all once again to my day ones. Much love and respect. You already know top left 51 Nina style in this place to be. You already know how it is. Holler at your boy. I'm going to keep bringing this content. I'm going to keep bringing you these videos. So I pray that you'll keep continuing to support the channel and being a part and helping us to grow. Holler at your boy Dub Sizzle in the building. You already know. Did it end? Got a double ending.